merchandise, and they've got a far bigger fan base than both these clubs put together, and still have they fucking worked out, maybe we should all get organised to try and take over the club ourselves.
No backbone, no belief, Paul.
Nah, they still think Dave King's going to come in and save them, and it's fucking, it's a mental scenario.
How many washing machines does Dave King have?
That was my next question. How many 4 apartments with washing machines?
How many?
That's Mike Ashley's territory, half, but it's for selling strips.
How many 4-bedroom houses and washing machines can you fit in the eyebrows?
It's not for selling strips, it's for selling that T-shirt that says we're in a semi-final.
Semi-final v Celtic, that's what you're looking for. That is what you're looking for.
See if you see any, try and get a picture. These are wee homeboys fucking thing, mate. Try and get a picture of one of these clowns walking down the road with that T-shirt on saying we're playing Celtic in a semi-final. Try and get a T-shirt. Try and get a picture of that for me and you'll get a prize.
But for that to be a victory, I mean... It's ridiculous. That's like me saying, I managed to get the dole.
Somebody got that for the Christmas.
Fucking...
So somebody opened that up and went, oh, look.
Can't wait for this. That's fantastic.
We're looking for as well, look into Sports Direct and take photos of where they're selling their strips, and then get into John Lewis and take photos of the washing machine department and we'll compare the two of them. Because there's a direct likeness there, I'm telling you. So it's all about square footage.
Jason, since I've moved, right, the drum in my machine in this house doesn't take anywhere near the amount of washing my last house does, so are we talking standard size washing machines here? I mean,
we're talking 5 kilo or 8 kilo?
We're talking about just the shell harper. I don't think the drums coming into it these days, because you know what that mob are like with drums. You get a drum, you get a parade, get down the street. We don't want to go there.
I've got an 8 kilo downstairs. Is that big enough, or am I going 2 sizes up? I don't know. I mean, tumble dryers generally have a bigger...
Tumble dryers or washing machines, we'll put them in the same category. Square footage,
anyway, I just did that. At some point, the Blue Knights would say, "Nee, you're going to show up and save the fucking."
Paul, hope you listened to last week's show and have any idea what we're talking about.
I never. I've not.
We need to explain it to you. Explain it to you. This is
a wee look in Sports Direct, right? So I was trying to think of the size of Sports Direct shop, the one on Circuit Hall Street. And I was thinking, it's not like the size of John Lewis or anything like that, but it's probably the size of about 3 or 4 bedroom houses joined together, because it's getting up and down stairs. And then I says the section that was selling their strips was probably about the size of 6 washing machines within the houses. So that I was kind of getting out of context. But see, when I think about it, it's probably only about 3 washing machines.
But hey, are they stacked washing machines, or are they side by side?
It's side by side, I would say, Joe. There's not much gear at all, I'll be honest with you.
It actually reminds me of a story I heard about Kevin Kyle when he was at Sunderland, and a boy I knew from Stranraer was a mate of his, and it was just when he was breaking into the Sunderland team, and he said, "So what is it you do?" He says, "Oh, well, I do, like, I'm a kind of apprentice and that, and so I do the match duties." And he says, "So what does that entail?" He says, "Oh, for example, we take in the hampery strips." And the boy sort of looks at me and goes, "Oh, how big's that?" And Kevin Kyle pauses and goes, "That's about the size of a good dog." The size of a good dog.
I think we should start naming Mike Washley should be his name.
Mike Washley.
So see, this could go on all fucking night. That's how funny it is. You know what I mean? That's how ridiculous it has become. I mean, but the thing is, there's still people out there, like people of authority, like Doncaster and Reagan, still believing they'll come back, it'll be okay. We'll get back to the status quo. No, you won't. You clients are done for. I mean,
well, to be fair, that guy at Easter Road, the one, the photo that was doing the ring there, they loved their "We Are the People." That one, "We Are the Person." The guy with the Union Jack, he must have been delighted to get beat so he could get that photo opportunity. Just sitting there in the green chair, just distraught with life with his Union Jack, staunch as they come. Oh, I'm telling you. But it's mental. You could get 2 Celtic fans taking like LSD or whatever on a 3-week bender on the bevy, and just sitting with the DTs, thinking up this story, and what they come up with wouldn't be anywhere near as bad as the reality.
That's exactly what I was going to say to you, mate. You could not have, like, if you'd have imagined the downfall of Rangers 6, 7, 8 years ago, you wouldn't have even, this wouldn't have passed your mind. This level of complete another disaster wouldn't have even come past your mind.
Well, I think it's like, to me, the precedent is kind of Leeds United. Whereas I'm sure, they win the Champions League semi-final and all the players, and then it starts to fall apart. I'm sure there are Leeds United fans back in the days were saying, a couple of years we'll be back to where we were. You know what I mean? Yeah. And here we are, a decade on, and they're nowhere near top flight football or being a force again or anything like that. And that, I think, is exactly what Sevco fans have really got to look forward to, if indeed they actually do survive, or we get the third bear coming along,
Portsmouth as well, Paul. It comes out there. The mental spending that went on there, and it's just like they'll be lucky to ever play at the top flight again.
I'm just going to read some of the messages here on that thing. Brendan Tian has said, "We are the Purcell." and Tony Cassidy said, "Powder to the people."
Powder to the
people. Oh my God, that's brilliant.
Paul, we were talking about last week that Kevin Kyle was on here. I was talking about this.
No, you were talking about his wages. He said that they paid him 10 times more than he was asking for.
You couldn't believe the money they were flinging about. So I remember that. You know what I mean?
And to me, that is the essence of the whole problem. The fucking desperation in the summer of 2012 to pretend it was still the same club, let's sign some fucking SPL players, we'll pay them big money, everything'll still be fine, is what's killing them now. Because if they'd started again, had a different philosophy, let's get young players in, get the youth setup going, scouting structure on, they weren't fucking interested. And what happens is, you get all these fucking has-beens in, they play against amateurs and part-timers for 2 years, get to a league where they're playing against full-time guys who can actually play a wee bit of football, and they just can't fucking cope with it anymore.
Aye, definitely. It's self-inflicted in a lot of them, and it's just, there you go, but I hope they're just still enjoying the journey. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, aye.
Enjoying the spin cycle. But it's it's just I don't know. You can't even start to try to unfathom it. It's just bonkers, absolutely bonkers. But the thing is, I like that Radio Scotland podcast the odd time. I download it and listen to it going to work, like listening to Ronnie Dealey and stuff like that. But when it's about them, I'm just like, it's the same nonsense they speak all the time. And it's like, just people are absolute devastation talking about it, and they get the odd nutter in it talk, and like, you just say to yourself, what is going on here?
I mean, every fucking night, Richard Wilson, he's like, Reverend I am Jolly. And I know Richard quite well. He's a decent guy. He's a hun, whatever. But I say, Richard, you're not fucking sick of this, like, you know what I mean? Because you're just talking utter shite every single night with this pretense about it being the same club and this is going to happen, this is going to happen, that kind of thing. And he was basically brought in with that other dick English because Radio Scotland knew this was going to happen. And that they wanted their guys to be on the money. That's what your job is, to keep on top of all this kind of thing. And we'll have all these fucking half-wits listening to it and all that kind of thing. And, it actually hurts me because I just can't stop fucking laughing.
I know. And then the old new co and old co stuff started getting spoke about a few weeks ago, and I was like, we don't go down this road again. You're just saying, it just gave me strength. But it's I kind of like fast forward now, and to be honest with you, I haven't got a clue what's going on with them anymore. I just kind of laugh at them on the park, but I just don't know what's going on with them. I've not really got any interest in it, but it still is funny. It still is funny. But one thing I obviously want to bring up tonight as well, very sad time. Obviously, that was I don't know, was it 7 years ago? Phil O'Donnell died.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
And it says, I tweeted, I put it on Facebook, obviously it was Motherwell's page, and we always do a great wee tribute to him. And very, very sad, when you think back on a young guy like him that's no longer with us. And to me, he was a great Celtic player, and the Motherwell legend. Probably was he a Celtic legend? I don't know, but he's definitely a legend of a human being, and took away from us all far too young. And it's nice to see his nephew doing well, young Clarkson. He's doing well with Dundee when he got his, because he was playing that fateful day, and he had to leave the park.
That's right, I remember
with his uncle. Tragic, and just thoughts go out to the family at this sad time, because it's one of the times a year that you'll always remember that.
I remember
I would put Phil O'Donnell up there as a top midfielder for Celtic League.
I would have, but I don't know if the legend status, but I'm not even bothering about getting into the debate about it. But I would say I was an absolutely fantastic player, and it was horrendous the amount of injuries he got, because every one of them seemed to be different.
He was definitely, box-to-box midfielder. He was absolutely brilliant. Celtic through and through, understood the club, and horrific time for Celtic family and people like that at that time, because we lost Phil then, we lost Tommy 6 months after that, and they were kind of the synergy that they brought to the club at the same time. Tommy obviously signed Phil. Aye. His debut for Hull, he scored the 2 goals that day, brilliant. And obviously he was good friends with Jackie and Sid, and they were pallbearers and stuff, and it was just horrific. And thoughts just with Eileen, his wife, and the family, because I know it's always a hard time for them, but his name and his spirit will live on, because everybody who listens to the show and people who loved Phil, and long may that continue.
Absolutely. I'll tell you a wee funny story. Well, funny in a sense, not if you're a Sheffield Wednesday supporter, but I had a couple of nights out with Phil and Simon down in Sheffield, and when they were playing with Sheffield Wednesday, obviously Phil was a few injury problems, Simon did as well, but that was at the time Sheffield Wednesday kind of imploded. But see, at the time they had a core of Scottish, English, Irish players, but they also had a bunch of Germans played with them and a bunch of Dutch. And when they played with them, the Germans didn't speak to the Dutch, and the Dutch didn't speak to the English and whatever. And they had this kind of split, and they used to have team night out, and only the kind of British and Irish-based players would turn up, and the rest of them wouldn't. And you think these Sheffield Wednesday season ticket holders are paying good money to go and watch their players, and that's the kind of split they have in the dressing room. And you just say, what chances that team got of success? And obviously what happened, they started going on a downward spiral. And,
is that back when Gilles de Bilde was playing?
Aye, would have been.
He was a cracking player.
But they had a few good players, but you just think to yourself how these foreigners came, and a lot of them were. I mean, you'd obviously top class players like Bergkamp and stuff like that, great English Premiership, but you also had guys that were just there for the money, and I mean they didn't care. I mean, if you're coming from, say, you're coming from Ajax or Feyenoord, and you're going to sign a team in England, but it's Sheffield Wednesday or it's Bradford City, or you're not really, you're not really going there because it's a team you've always looked up to and you've always wanted to. It's not like your Man United, your Liverpool, Everton, Chelsea, or whatever.
My dream
Leeds
is
United, but it's just, and I think a lot of these players, a lot of them were the cause of a lot of teams going into it.
But do you think?
Sorry,
Paul. Go ahead, Paul.
They always got a decent support Wednesday, but
I
remember in the 90s when Des Walker come back for Sampdoria, and he's probably the best defender in English football at the time. Yep. Leeds wanted him, Man United wanted him, when he signed for Sheffield Wednesday for the money. You know what I mean? And that just kind of shows you that time, not back Man United and Leeds to go play for Sheffield fucking Wednesday. Yep. And they had Chris Waddle then, and they had all these kind of players, and I know Sid certainly got really good money when he went there. You know what I mean? I mean, it's incredible. And did you see, look at them now, just fucking treading water in the lower reaches of English football,
See the likes of us, the Phil O'Donnell, him dying and stuff. I mean, him not playing for Celtic for that long, I mean, it goes to show the impact he had on Celtic fans, the fact that we were also devastated by his death. I mean, he's one of the legends that stopped at 10. I mean, at the end of the day, but then again, he's also one of those. It's also one of those tragedies that you never think is going to affect you or your club. It's something that happens, around the world to certain guys, but Mark Vivian Foe and stuff like that. There, but you never thought it was going to happen to a guy like Phil O'Donnell, and it kind of brought a lot of things home to us. I mean, I remember just being shocked, and I hadn't thought about Phil O'Donnell for a long time before that. You know,
but I think as well, Joe. See, because he was a Celtic supporter,
yeah,
you know that meant when the guys stopped